Alrighty, chat room. I've been asked time and time again, Brian, help me get better. Brian, what do I do about X, Y, or Z? Brian, how get good? And as much as I would like to answer all of these questions, it's kind of hard to give good advice without a good question. So I put out a tweet asking for people to fill out a form, answer a few questions, and to give a few replay IDs from their own games in order to assess their gameplay. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of them, but I figured first come, first serve. So first one up, Hot Dog EXE, CFN ID Hot Dog -EXE. I asked Hot Dog, rate your level in Street Fighter 5 out of 10 and explain why. Hot Dog rates himself a 6. I know combos and some punishes, but struggle with matchup knowledge and pressure. Okay. Short-term goal with Street Fighter 5, reach Platinum and go 2-2 in tourney again. Okay, reach Platinum seems like a pretty objective goal to have. 2-2 in tourney is going to depend on tournament. I don't think tournament runs are a good metric to judge your own progress, but they do feel good, so I understand why people do it. It's a little unfair to yourself and kind of hard to judge progress by looking at tournament runs. It's more about beating individual players. Our rank is pretty objective, so you want to reach Platinum. Okay, long-term goal. Get Diamond to make top 16 in WNF. Okay, it could be tough. I mean, I don't know Wednesday Night Fights as intimately as NLBC, but you got people like Rob TV sometimes going to grand finals and going 0-2 the next week. It's definitely tough. Entering more often will increase your odds, but to get the Diamond, you can definitely do that. And we got some replay IDs. Now, I've never actually used this. I've never actually done a replay ID, so we'll see if this actually works. So the first replay we're going to do is going to be a replay that shows his weakness, and then the second one will be a replay showing strength. So I didn't want people to just pick their highlights and give me replays where they look badass or replays where they're just getting beaten down. I wanted to see both to get a fair assessment, where they stand and what they can improve on. Oh, snap. Well, this might show your weaknesses, but you're also going up against one of the best players on the West Coast here. This is from Wednesday Night Fights. Okay, a tournament match. First match showing Hot Dog EXE's weakness. I can already see you kind of backed yourself into a corner real quick, and Seville took advantage of that fast. Good challenge, all right. Controlling space well. Hold up. Ooh, that was good awareness from Seville. Yeah, you got cornered and you couldn't find a way out. Jump back to the corner. Jump back to the corner. As soon as you jump back to the corner, he does the slide to get to the corner. Chase you back down. And it seems like you're trying to get your way out of the corner by jumping. Doing her air dive kick to alter your jump arc. Works sometimes. There, okay. Still backing yourself up, backing yourself up. Jump back, jump back, jump back. Building more space to allow him to run in and activate. Kind of a lucky back throw. You were defensively teching, so that worked out, but that's not something you can rely on. It's not like you were looking for something to punish. He just messed up its pressure. Okay. Oh, never mind. Not okay. I thought you would have actually won that interaction. Okay. Ooh, offensive jump mix lands. Backing up, jumping back, walking back. Putting yourself in the corner, jumping forward to try to escape the pressure because you realize you backed yourself too far into the corner. Jump back, I'm too close. Jump back, jump back. There's a consistent theme here, which is everything you're doing is based around moving backwards. What are you going to do here? Go forward? Okay, that's good. Yeah, using those long limbs, control some space in front of you. Don't just back up. Oh, this is where it falls apart, isn't it? You're doing so well. You got mixed. You got mixed. You need to quick rise this. Don't give him the mix. You just gotta take it. Oh no, sir. Oh! You DP'd every time when it came down to it, but it worked out that time. What? You intended to do that. You intended to do that. That was all 3 punches. I think you thought you had bar there. That seemed like a panic. There, you just had to keep your cool. In that instance, I would have advised walking back. So, okay, overall, what I can immediately tell based on this game is you're not using any of Falk's moves that stop your opponent from moving forward. You're just trying to constantly reset to neutral and reset to build some space, and then Savelli immediately picks up on that. And every time you give him space, look what he did. Look at how this starts. You cancel his fireball, and for some reason, you're at neutral. Look where you are. You're dead even center screen. Why don't you walk forward and press Fierce Punch? You immediately hold up back, and Savelli is like, oh, word? All right, look at all this. Look, you guys went from even, right here, dead even, to you're in the corner in a matter of 3 seconds for no reason. No damage has been dealt. You're in the corner practically at this point. And this is a theme that I'm seeing this entire match. You're trying to win while running away in a game that does not really favor that. You need to control space because you can't just keep putting yourself in the corner, because what happens is you're putting yourself in the corner, you're getting mollywopped, and then you're praying for an escape option. Like, you held up there. Like, it worked that time, but you held up. You got hit with a raw meaty because you're not blocking. You're holding up because you want to get this jump out and then do the jump mix-up, because once you go in the air, he's not going to know exactly how to stop you from moving. So you're committing to that. You're like, I don't mind walking myself to the corner because I'm just going to jump out, right? But you can't do that over and over. It's a losing gambit. You're giving up guaranteed control in neutral to put yourself in the corner to bet on an escape option working, rather than just controlling space. That's better, okay, but then you immediately jump back. She has crouching medium punch, she has standing fierce punch, she has kicks, I think. She has tools to control the space in front of you. You're not using any of it. That move's godlike. That move's mad annoying. Prevention is better than the cure, very true. Yeah, like, you definitely have this habit. There's a class of player that plays this way, where your entire playstyle is based around saying, come to me. On the way to approaching me, I'm going to try to punish your mistakes, make my win off that, hoping you make enough mistakes on the way to me. Hope you get impatient. And then if you get me into the corner, I'm going to bet on some escape option. I'm going to scramble once I get to the corner to get to the other side and then do the same thing again. And you hear me, I complain about those type of players all the time because they're annoying to fight. It is annoying, I got to admit it. But this is not a winning strategy. You never move forward at any point. Walk forward and press a button. And then you don't quick rise. You need a tech. You need a quick rise or back roll. You must do that. Not teching allows people to get so much more frame advantage and so much more pressure. There's so many knockdowns where if you quick rise or back roll, they literally can't do anything. They can't throw you, but because you don't tech, he's able to walk into your face and force a throw mix-up on every single knockdown. It's a weird habit that I see some people have. You need to tech. Eventually, what becomes matchup knowledge is learning which tech to do based on the opponent's knockdown. When an opponent knocks me down, based on the move and the setup, I decide consciously to quick rise or back roll. So that's matchup knowledge. But because you never tech, you never get the experience to know which one to do in what situations. Savelli, like, the way he's playing, he's like, I don't care what happens, I'm gonna bulldog my way in. Because every time he hits you, it's gonna do more damage than when you hit him. Because that's how I play against these kind of players. Because I know for a fact, when I hit you, it's gonna do more damage than when you hit me. And I'll just keep chasing it. So he can afford to take damage and be sloppy. All right, that was the matchup that showed his weakness. So I think the weakness right now is not controlling space, not holding your ground, walking yourself to the corner, and not teching. Let's see a matchup that shows Hot Dog's strengths. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, offensive jump. Pressing some big buttons, baiting at the DP. All right. No anti-air there, but that's okay. That happens. Oh snap! Necro's in the chat. Uh-oh, we got a flag on the play. Nice. A lot of air approaches. I understand a bit why, because you can alter your jump arc to potentially bait DPs, but a lot of air approaches here. Clean jump. Some stagger pressure. Read the passiveness, went for the throw. Okay. Air to air. Okay. Are you playing Cammy? Nice. It worked? What? Since Necro's here, maybe we should talk about that. You guys got a tech. I forgot that OTG'd. Alright, we're gonna switch over to Necro. Necro, why ain't you teching? Lag, bro? Maybe. I do gotta say that you did kind of dominate this match, but the way you dominated it was you're getting a lot of jump angles, which are kind of awkward for Sagat to deal with, but if Necro was more experienced in the matchup, like there he could have done Kara DP potentially, waited a little bit longer. I feel like what I'm watching is a lot of matchup inexperience, but I do like that you're being the aggressor. I just wish there was more buttons on the ground. Good conversions though. I mean, like, yeah, you know how to convert. I think you know what to do once you get the hit. You know how to keep your pressure going. So I think you got a good flow of the game for sure offensively. I just think you need to be able to create these conversions from smaller openings. Because obviously if you get the opening, you know how to capitalize. But these openings that you're getting in this game are big ones. Big ones because you got Necro flustered and you're jumping all over him and you're finding weird hits and stuff like that, right? That's not how you're going to get most of your openings. You're going to get most of your openings from grounded conversions, maybe a crush counter here or there. You need to learn how to convert smaller things. This does show me you know how to convert. But what the other game showed me was that you don't know how to make your openings more consistently on the ground. So I think if you can focus on holding your ground and moving forward, and then learning how to turn those openings, small counter hits, small lights into openings, that's what you need to focus on. And I think if you just play and say, I'm not going to jump as much, and just force yourself to play it on the ground, I think you'll force yourself into uncomfortable situations and you'll adapt and get better. All right, thank you very much, Hot Dog, for submitting your replays. Hopefully that advice was somewhat useful. Next up for the replay analysis is Fate of Waves. Fate of Waves rates himself a 5 out of 10. He's been playing Street Fighter since AE 2012 and never been great. I feel like I have a basic understanding of neutral and what goes on throughout the matches when it comes to this game, but struggle with nuanced aspects like maintaining composure on defense and not autopiloting to options like EXDP and matching jab between strings. That and matchup knowledge due to not being able to pick a main. Well, that's a big one. You gotta settle down every once in a while. Short-term goal, right now I want to make it to Diamond, currently sitting at Super Plat. It was an Ultra Silver shitter when I first came back around Champion Edition. Okay, so you're ranking up fast. Long-term goal to consistently improve, top 8 my local when they come back, Xanadu. Never been, and eventually win. So we got Platinum player, is getting back to the groove of things. Doesn't know when to go in, when to sit back. Should have been ready for that. No punish on the sweep. Okay. He did jump medium kick as a cross up. I feel like the fact that he says he doesn't have a main is showing right now. I think he's doing moves from other characters. You don't usually do jump medium kick at all with Seth. It's not one of the moves you do. Yep. Backdoor loop. You're in a bad spot there. All right, nice conversion. Get in there. Yeah, let's go. All right, counter hit confirm. EXDP. Sure. I probably would have gone for EXDP because then the next hit would have stunned. Nice. Block the jump in and then DP. It's a classic. Yeah. See, this match was decided by just like a few mistakes, wasn't it? I don't even think you did that much wrong. I just think it was like you mentioned, when to go and when not to. At no point did you throw him. Doing jump medium kick, I think that's another character's tactic. And you did it earlier. You blocked the jump in and then you do DP. So he kind of read that. But you got good confirms. Like, you're converting the hits when you get them. But you're doing all this neutral jumping. You didn't have to do any of that. They gave him the activate, and once they gave him the activate, that let him put you in this mixed scenario. Basically, you neutral jumped in his face. He reacted with the B trigger into DP to confirm that, and then you got the back throw into a mix-up. You kind of just kept going to the autopilot neutral jump option, rather than approaching on the ground. So the neutral jump conditions him to sit there because he's scared of the axe kick, but you never went to the level 2, which was take the space he's giving you by sitting there, by dashing forward, walking forward on the ground. So you went to go for, I think, a throw there. And then you went for the jump. Yeah, that's like misspacing there. You're going for the jump again. He's doing big buttons to stop you. No DP, and then that was just a really bad decision because it basically set you up to get mixed to die. The moment he did that throw and he didn't dash at me, I might have done a back dash or jump back or something. So I feel like it was just a few key errors. You didn't press the advantage on the ground in the round 1 when you needed to. And then here, he gets a sweep. You're trying to force the issue by jumping. He activates, you don't DP, and then he knew you were going to do that because you did that last time. This DP was really badly calculated, in my opinion. There was no reason to do this. This DP wouldn't have given you that much because he wouldn't be in a position to die either, but now you are because he blocked it. And then once he threw you here, he didn't dash at you, which means he doesn't have that much advantage. I would have jumped out of there, jump back, or backdash once I saw that he didn't go in. So basically, you just made like a few key mistakes of you lost your turn, you tried to take it back, and then the first round, you didn't go in when you had to. And then those mistakes caused you to be in high stun situations where you had to guess for game, and then you guessed wrong. You want to avoid putting yourself in a situation where you have to guess for game after. Once you have to guess for game, it's a guess. Look at what got you to that point where you had to guess for game. That's the important part. And that was not pressing your advantage on the ground round 1, and then going for that DP in a poor situation when you had high stun already, when you didn't need to in round 2. So that was the replay that showed Fatal Wave's weakness. Let's check out one that shows his strengths. Also versus Sagat. People just love dunking on Sagat, huh? Kind of a funky axe kick, but it worked out. Nice. He flubbed, but you were ready for it. He was ready to interrupt. Ooh. Okay. Wow, I was about to say you got away from that, but that was good awareness from the Sagat, to be honest. Okay, that's scary whiff. The bad habit shows its head again. Jump in light kick, and then you immediately do EXDP. Okay, good stagger once you got the activation, but if he had watched that other replay, you might have been in a bad spot right there. Okay. Scored the jump in. I like the space you're holding. I mean, you're Seth, you gotta jump. Oh, if you would have converted that, that would have been hot. Oh yes, bully. Bully the Sagat. Alright, you felt the hesitation, got in. Ooh. You know, speaking from personal experience, I can't blame you for going for that. Good shimmy. He's dead. Nice, good conversion. I think this matchup better showed like your ability to pace things. Like on the other hand, this Sagat player was cornered and felt threatened and was just waiting to punish you on the approaches because you kind of bullied him, but that's what Seth does, right? I think that definitely showed your better pacing. You were willing to sit around and wait for the fireballs to go through, and I think that does show that you have a good sense of, at least in this matchup, when to approach. But you still did the same thing on the jump light kick, you did EXDP. And also you did a few jump ins and axe kicks where you probably didn't need to. You should probably try to focus on approaching the ground a little bit more. If you could have read that fear and conditioning and then walked up and thrown a little bit more, I think that would have been a bit of a cleaner win. So I think the main thing is like it's just a bit of a reading on the pacing. You know how to apply offense, you definitely know how to read the pace of a match. It's just here and there you give things away. So I think if you can just tighten up in those moments where you don't have to give things away, and then also learn when you can press your advantage. Recognize when you condition somebody to look for one thing and then do the opposite. What do you do if they're mashing when you walk up? That's the thing. Okay, so you're stuck in the what if phase, and I understand this phase entirely. you're definitely stuck in the what if phase because you play a lot of mashing players and a lot of like in the platinum and lower ranks, it's like it's hard to understand when you condition somebody because some people can't be conditioned. You're gonna have to recognize when a player is actually listening to the conversation you're having and when players are just doing their flow chart and they won't change no matter what you do. The players you showed me were kind of listening to what you were doing. The Necalli player was listening to what you were doing. The Sagat player, he was kind of backed into a corner and overwhelmed, but he was paying attention to what you're doing, right? He slowed down. He stopped kind of pressing buttons. He was just looking for the axe kick. Both of those players were actually listening to you, and that's when you have to recognize to change your approach. Thanks, Faded Waves, for submitting your replays. Hopefully that was a little bit helpful. Well, listen, chat, it was a lot of fun doing these replay analysis. I got a lot more in depth with each one of these than I kind of figured I would. I think we'll call it a night here on the replay analysis. And I want to say thanks to everybody who submitted. I think I'll keep this closed and just get through this queue in a few more segments. I hope you guys enjoyed the replay analysis. Hope you guys learned something from it. We'll do more in the future. I think it was a lot of fun. If you made it this far into the video, you might as well subscribe to the channel if you're not already. You know, it's weird that 50% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed, but if you made it this far in, you must be enjoying the content. So, you know, might as well hit that sub button because we're going to have more of these replay analysis coming. So, thanks for watching. Until next time. Cut it.